What's good, everybody? Welcome to the channel. And yeah, the Sixers lost against the Mavs last night. There's some good to take away from the game, which I'll talk about a little later in Jaden Springer. But I want to start off with Tyrese Maxey. You see, the problem with Tyrese Maxey, I think he's a little tunnel vision at times, especially this game. Like, he didn't even look to pass like at once. He ended up with 7 assists, but there's so many times where he just drove in the paint, double covered, big man, and the guard on him, and he doesn't even look to pass. He just wants to force up a shot, try to draw in a foul. Yes, that can work sometimes. Sometimes you may get fouled. But this game, they did not call in the calls in his favor. You got to look to pass, man. Like, Paul Reed's always cutting with his hands up. Always. You know what I mean? If we just look at him, Tyrese doesn't even look at him to pass, or anyone else. So Tyrese Maxey needs to evolve as a playmaker. Like, he's a great scorer. He's a good passer at times. He just needs to learn when to be that scorer and when to be that passer, especially when we don't have any other guard that can really create plays or create open shots for his teammates. Tyrese Maxey is really the only player that can create shots for his teammates, but he's not doing it. Especially last game, did not do it well at all. And that kind of shows the problem with our roster. We have no other guard that can really handle a point guard responsibilities. Yes, we have Patrick Beverley, right, off the bench. I love Patrick Beverley, but he's not a backup point guard, like especially on a championship roster team. He's a great energy guy. You can put him in games at points. You can put him at minutes where he can play great defense on a player and just bring energy. But to be a backup point guard to facilitate, nah, man. Pat Bev is not that guy, in my opinion. We need to get like a Malcolm Brogdon, a Killian Hayes. See, honestly, Killian Hayes wants to get traded. He asked to be traded, so Killian Hayes is on the market. I would get Killian Hayes. People make jokes about him, how he's trash and stuff, but he's a young player. I would bring him in as a pure point guard. I would bring him in off the bench, especially. He can run our bench lineup with Kelly Oubre and whoever we have on our bench. And there was some reports on Embiid. He got a successful procedure today, and he will address the injury in about 4 weeks, which is good news. It's good to hear that he got the procedure done. Everything's good and locked and loaded, and we're ready to go in 4 weeks to see what happens. I hope it's good news in 4 weeks. I hope he doesn't have to do another procedure. But other than that, I mean, I'm happy he got this done, man. And the one thing that kind of benefits from all these injuries is players getting an opportunity, and that is Jaden Springer. Jaden Springer is getting his opportunity to shine, and he is making the most of it. He is guarding one of the top, he is the top MVP candidate in Luka, and he is locking him down. He had 4 steals. He had half of the team's steals last night. Half the team's steals last night. And, I can't say this enough, that he is one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. He's guarding Luka, and Luka had one of his worst games of the season. One of the worst games of the season. This guy's averaging 35 points per game. Just remember that. He shut him down to 19 points, shooting 6 for 15. 4 from 10 from 3. And he only had 3 assists. Like, I'm just saying, Jaden Springer did his thing, and he really showed a lot of Sixers fans who kind of, there's a lot of people who say Jaden Springer is not a basketball player. He shouldn't be playing. He doesn't deserve minutes. He should be in a G League. I think he deserves a roster spot, 100%. He's already our best defender. When Embiid's not in the game, when Embiid is not playing, Jaden Springer is the only guy who can play defense, especially perimeter defense. And that is the Sixers' biggest problem. We leave so many open threes, so many people wide open for threes, and that's just a problem on the wings, honestly. It's mostly like Daniel House, Tobias Harris that are just leaving their guys wide open, Kelly Oubre. So if Springer's locking down a Kyrie, a Luka Doncic, that just makes the game so much easier. And I want to see a Jaden Springer play with an Embiid or like on the same court. We haven't really seen that. We probably have seen like 2 minutes of it in total throughout the whole season. I want to see a Jaden Springer who's a perimeter lockdown defender play with an Embiid who's an interior lockdown defender. You combine both of them, that can really strengthen our defense. But, he's getting his minutes now, and he's getting his looks now, which is great because, if he can help us out in the playoffs where, we need someone to guard, a Jalen Brunson type player, you know what I mean? I think Jaden Springer would do great on Jalen Brunson. The thing with Jalen Brunson, he relies on his strength against other guards. Jaden Springer is one of the strongest guards I've ever seen. So I think he can really counter a lot of these guards in the playoffs that we're going to have to go against. Even a Jaylen Brown, I can see him guarding a Jaylen Brown. If he can guard a Luka, he can definitely guard Jaylen Brown, right? Jaylen Brown can't dribble with his left hand. Just force him to go left. And I think about now all that trade Embiid nonsense. I think that's dead now, right? Like the people who say that now are just kind of idiotic in my opinion. Because we see what the Sixers are like without Embiid. We're losing to mediocre teams. I'm not calling the Mavs mediocre, but the Nets are mediocre, okay? And we got blown out by the Nets. I'm just saying, we need Embiid to win a championship. If you trade Embiid, we're not going to even be close. And that's done with the trading and Embiid talk, right? Now I'm talking about the trade deadline. Trade deadline comes in 2 days, and we're not really linked to many rumors. We were linked to a DeMar DeRozan like a couple of days ago, but that kind of died down. Killian Hayes, like I said earlier, he wants to be traded, but I don't know if the Sixers would want to target him. Malcolm Brogdon would be a great choice, but like I said, there's not rumors on the Sixers. I don't understand. If we don't make a trade, we're not going to I'm scared of our playoff seeding. I don't know if we're even going to be in the 8th seed. Like, we might be lottery. Like, I don't know, man. We gotta come on the streak. We got to get a guy who can run this offense. Like, we have 3 first-round picks we can trade. It's not like we don't have things we can trade. We have many pieces that we can trade that any team would want. The Detroit Pistons would take Bro, if I was the Pistons, I would take 2 first-round picks for Killian Hayes, or just 1. Just take 1 first-round pick, give him Killian Hayes. I'll take that. I don't even care. I just need a guy. I need a guard who can run an offense, who can pass the ball. Because that is the problem. Last game, we did not get any passes. Tyrese Maxey, like I said, he had 7 assists. But he is not looking for his teammates to spread the ball. He is not spreading the ball. He gets the ball, he drives in, and he takes up a contested layup. That's not winning basketball. That is not. And Nick Nurse is going to have to talk to Tyrese Maxey like, bro, you were more aggressive. The fact that you were this aggressive and only had 15 points, you had more shot attempts than points. He had more shot attempts than points, Maxey. So, come on. Like I said, he's not a true point guard. He's not. He's a shooting guard, and this game really showed. So him being point guard just does not make sense. It doesn't. We're not going to win as him as a point guard. He's not a point guard. He looks for his own. So, I mean, we need a point guard badly, bro. And that's honestly where I'm at. Any point guard would be fine. Any point guard. Please. Any point guard. I will take Killian Hayes. I am that down bad. I will take Killian Hayes. I am that down bad. I really am. So, we have 2 days to make a decision. Sixers, Daryl Morey, please do it. And if you guys enjoy this video, drop a like, give me a subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.